When the fall armyworm first arrived on the African continent, farmers, leaders and stakeholders along the maize value chain scampered for solutions. A new pest devastating maize gardens like never before.
People had planted with the first rains, but it was still shining hard. We still had the dust on the road. The district agricultural officer in charge of crop, she called me, we have a problem. A farmer, Mr. Bonwa Joseph, is reporting an attack of the armyworm, fall armyworm. And when we went, we checked for every 10 crops that, every 10 stools that we could check, at least three had the worm.
The Ministry of Agriculture estimated yield losses of 75%, about $192 million loss per annum. The reflex reaction was pesticide application.
Nakola losi nene kubanga benali nsubira ensawe 15 nafunamu nga 5 nga yenna aliiriddwa era nga tetukungula kye twandibadde tuteekwa kukungula. Akasooli yenna aliibwa nga ne tubeera bubi nnyo mu njala kubanga akasooli asinga yali aliibwa akawuka ako.
In fact, where I was supposed to get like 20 acres, I mean 20 bags, I get only 5 bags, and you can see I made a loss of 15 bags. So it was a big challenge. Armyworm affected us so much.
The government distributed chemicals to farmers and mild research was initiated.
The first action that we took was to go on radio. It was also to inform the ministry that we had been attacked by the fall armyworm. So what the ministry did was to give us some chemicals to give to the highly affected farmers awaiting a bigger consignment. Then they also took staff for training in the control of the fall armyworm.
They organized a training for us for the integrated fall armyworm management, which we received. Then we cascaded and came to the ground. On the ground, we met several farmers. We trained them into the management of the fall armyworm at the parish level, at the sub-county level. Then we have moved farmer to farmer because not all of them come.
With support from Alliance for a Green Revolution in Africa, AGRA, NARO initiated efforts to identify effective, assess fall armyworm-associated losses and build capacity of stakeholders in safe use of pesticides.
We are targeting 4 key areas. 1, to identify insecticides that can be used for controlling fall armyworm. 2, to determine the losses that are associated with fall armyworm damage. And 3, to train key stakeholders on the identification and management of fall armyworm. And the 4th one is to document best practices and experiences that could be shared with the different stakeholders.
And they are doing well. We have close to 200 farmers who have received the information, at least who we are sure of, who have met at those particular venues. We've had radio programs because I won't limit myself to only meeting on face-to-face. Those radio programs, they cut across.
From this work, a range of insecticides have been recommended, reviving farmers' hope in maize cultivation.
That information has cascaded, and the fall armyworm is really under control. The farmers are able to use an integral practices. It's not just a single-handed practice. You've been able to come here in the month of November, and you can see maize already is virtually ready. Some farmers have the maize which is ready for eating. It shows they are taking on the early planting. The residues, in terms of handling the residues, how do you handle residues? How do you plow back the residues? How do you weed on time? All those practices will help you in managing the fall armyworm.
Over 3,800 stakeholders in 60 districts across the country were trained, and about 917,000 reached with information on fall armyworm management.
Then NARO came in and took us through a training on fall armyworm management and the early warning systems. After that training, I came back, I mobilized the farmer groups. I trained them, I took them through field scouting, how to scout for the fall armyworm.
From the ICIPE were with us, and we had training in town, and I came and applied the knowledge. We were even given the animal traps and the phones to be photographing the armyworm and the larva we keep sending to the office.
Safe use and handling of the pesticides will reduce the impact of insecticides on health and the environment and reduce the cost of maize production. Information generated from this project be instrumental in developing more comprehensive management interventions for fall armyworm.
So much as we may be happy at the moment that we have tried to control the pest, let's also be mindful that we can have a second wave of the pest, which may be more devastating than the current one. So my message to everybody, to the farmers, extension workers, and all the political leaders is, let's remain on our guard and remain alert and keep on surveilling so that we avoid a second wave of the infestation of this pest, which may be more devastating than what we have so far seen.